Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, still updating you on the campaign of Labour Party. Yesterday's march in Lagos and other parts of the world. Other parts of the world, because even in London there was a march. It was quite a phenomenal one, and for most of the supporters of other political parties, there is so much tension in their camp right now. Now, there's a particular critic of Labour Party and Peter Obi precisely, who's been condemning him and has also said a lot of things that Labour Party can work, and the support for Peter Obi is a fluke. Said a lot of things about it, but right now, with what happened yesterday, especially at the level of coordination, he has come to a point of acceptance that Peter Obi is such a strong political philosophy that must be taken seriously by others. Also, in a related development, one of Peter Obi coordinator was arrested yesterday in Lagos by DSS. We are going to be giving you full details of this news in a jiffy. Now, according to the news, Reno Omokri, a socio-political activist and a staunch supporter of the presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, has admitted that anyone who belittles the supporters of Labour Party candidate Peter Obi, known as Obedient, is not politically astute. Amakre, a major critic of the Labour Party candidate, stated this while commending the obedience over their rallies in several parts of the country and London, United Kingdom on Saturday. It was reported that thousands of Nigerians on the Independent Day staged rallies for the Labour Party candidate in several parts of the nation. Kaduna, Bauchi, Edo, and many parts of Lagos State, including Festac, Lekki, Ajegunle, were shut down on Saturday by Obi supporters who were predominantly youths. Reacting, the former presidential aide to President Goodluck Jonathan said in a post on his verified social media handle that Peter Obi has successfully disrupted politics in the country. According to him, he said the simultaneous obedient rallies at Festac, Amowo, Lekki, Kaduna, and other towns and cities across Nigeria was amazing. He went further to say they are a great achievement, and anyone who tries to belittle them is not politically astute. It is not just the sheer number of attendees. Imagine the logistics behind organizing people at different ends of the nation. Commendable, very commendable. While Peter Obi will not win in 2023, he has successfully disrupted politics in Nigeria. Take Kaduna State on August 15, 2022, Nasser El Rufai boasted that Obi wouldn't get 200 persons on the street. Today, we saw close to 2,000. Yes, a lot of them are persons of southeastern origin, but for one man's ambition to mobilize them in such mesmerizing number is something to be admired. Politics without bitterness should be encouraged. Wow. Now, in a related development, a Lagos State coordinator for the rally organized by the supporters of Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has been reportedly arrested by the Department of State Services. The coordinator, who is identified as Joseph Onwora, was arrested when he arrived in Lagos as his way from France during the early hours of Saturday. According to the news, a witness said that DSS have arrested Joseph Onwora, the Lagos coordinator for Obi's rally. Upon his arrival in Lagos, he is said to be returning from France for the Obi's rally in Lagos. Rallies to demonstrate support for the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi were held in major cities across the country on Saturday. The LP candidate supporter, popularly called Obedient, was seen gathering in critical locations across Nigeria, including Lagos, Kaduna, Abia, and Edo State. It was gathered that in Lagos, the supporters started the walk from Admiralty junction. Moving through the major roads in Lekki, they stop at every junction carrying flags, banners, and other paraphernalia as they march towards the Jakande Elusho axis, ostensibly to avoid clashes with the police already stationed at the Lekki toll gate. Recall that the Lagos court on Wednesday ruled against the conversions of the rally on Lekki toll gate. The court also directed the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, and the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Abiodun Alabi, to ensure compliance with the order. The report, according to the conveners, is to garner organic support for Labour Party presidential candidate ahead of the next February general election. Wow, this is interesting, I must say. And getting such confession from serious critics like Reno and mockery points to one direction, that there is tension in the camp. It can be refuted. I'm telling you, there's so much tension in PDP and APC. Now, for it to get worse, already APC has so much internal crisis. The governor says that Shiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not carrying them along, and he has made some moves which has kind of played down on those whom he has appointed to be director general, like the governor of Plateau State. Fairly recently, we heard what happened. He was almost taking a walk out of the campaign council. And also in PDP, that one is deepening day after day. Right now, Atiku Abubakar, seeing how things are going, is throwing promises here and there at Wike and his loyalists. We heard that there was a meeting between Wike on Thursday, Wike and Atiku made some very bogus promises, which most of the sources that reported it said, how would they trust him if just a small one that they agreed upon, which is removal of the national chairman of PDP. He couldn't do that. How then will he get into power, and after 4 years he will now hand it to Wike? He had promised Wike that he is going to support him for presidency come 2027, and I can assure you that it can't happen because of the level of greed that goes with politics. There is no way he will step into that office and after 4 years he won't tell him, can you give me the next 4 years? And by the time he finishes the next 4 years, he will look you in the eye and tell you, go to hell. It's normal with politics, and trust at this point is never it. Politics is like, for me, politics, it's money for ground, back for sorry, money for hand, back for ground. If you don't give me money, I don't do anything, because you can't be so sure of politicians. So with all of this wahaha going on in PDP and APC, Peter Obi is creating more tension. And we heard of what happened some few days ago. Peter Obi visited Wike. And it wasn't long. His staunch supporter, Wike, who is also a governor in Oyo State, he visited him. And when they came out, it wasn't something that Sheyi Makinde was right in the office, still busy doing. Sheyi Makinde came out with him before he spoke to the press. Came out with him, and was just laughing. We know it is their own member, but then the level of togetherness we are seeing points to one direction, that these guys will, cause a lot of, that's Peter Obi already is causing a lot of tension in this party. And I think that's why this guy can't hold down his breath. But if you listen to the news very well, at one point he said, hey, though we know that Peter Obi will not win, you have seen the level of coordination and you're saying the man will not win. Stories for the gods. That's where we like to leave it. And go to our comment section. Let's interact. What's your standpoint on the level of coordination happening right now in LP? And do you think that this same coordination will be visible when the D-Day of the election comes up in February 2023? Let's interact.